Ladies and gentlemen, Antara Capital sells more Ape stock. This is really begging the question of what's going to happen in the next court day. Is this going to be a positive thing for AMC? And what should you know? At the same time, AMC stock, according to TradingView, is looking bullish now. Yeah, we have that article for you right here. AMC Entertainment stock pops over trend line, the bull and the bear case. We're going to get into everything you need to know, everything happening in the markets today, including Goldman Sachs lowering the 12-month recession forecast from 35% to 25% today. Meanwhile, the average consensus view on Wall Street is for an over 60% chance of a recession in the next 12 months. We got a lot of work to do. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. So, number one, AMC Entertainment. You popped above the descending trend line, and it goes on to point out that the most recent low was formed on May 31st at $4.38, at which point the stock formed a hammer candlestick and had a relative strength index measuring in at 33. For technical traders, that indicated a bounce was likely to occur. If AMC trades higher over the next few days, the stock will regain the 8-day exponential moving average as support, which would give bullish traders more confidence going forward. If the stock runs into big bearish volume and falls under the descending trend line, the break up from the area will serve as a bull trap, and longer-term downtrend could be on the horizon. AMC has resistance above $5.23 and $6.33, and support below at $4.31 and $3.56. If we actually take a look at the charts here, this is the line that they are talking about. And you formed that hammer, right? And then you started to trend up. You broke this descending line of resistance, right? It's been very aggressive ever since $6 per share, you fell to $4.38 per share. And now you're back in an uptrend. But what's happening today? Well, they're suppressing the stock. We pointed this out in the last video, but really couldn't be more obvious here now. If you take a look at the option activity, lots of bearish trades today. Lots of those $10 puts being bought. $700,000 order right here. August 18th, $10 put. Another August 18th, $10 put for $663,000. Another one for $600,000. Another one for $1.21 million. Another one for $664,000. Another one for $300,000, $600,000, and $120,000. So you get the idea here. There's a lot of suppression of AMC stock. That's the best thing that hedge funds can hope to do right now, is suppress the stock. Now, based off of what we're seeing with Antara Capital, it's likely that the court date probably isn't going to go their way. Now, if we take a look at what Antara Capital is doing, well, they just sold another $2 million worth of Ape. And this transaction actually happened on June 1st. They sold at an average price of $1.62. Following the completion of the transaction, Antara Capital now owns 143 million shares of Ape. This is down from almost 300 million shares they owned in the beginning of 2023. They've been selling stock like nobody's business. Every couple of days, they're selling millions of dollars worth of shares in AMC. Why are they doing this? Well, if they thought Ape was a double from here, at least with this court case, which is kind of like what they've said before, what the whole reason they were in this trade was, that was why they were in it. Well, they wouldn't be selling stock the way they are, but that's what they're doing. So this really shows me there's a lack of conviction in their trade, and maybe they do know that maybe AMC is already priced for a worst case scenario. Maybe that is already baked into the stock, and you're not expecting, some good news. But when that good news does come, That's a problem for hedge funds and institutions. And I think that's why in the short term they want to suppress AMC as much as possible, because when we get that good news, there's going to be so much momentum with AMC. If they could just suppress the stock right now and keep it in the 450 range rather than let the stock go up to the 650 range or 550 range and then get your rally, they're not losing as much, right? Hedge funds are not losing as much comparatively if the stock is 450 heading into a big catalyst or 550 or 650. And that's what you've seen recently, even though there's been very good news fundamentally with AMC recently, it has went unnoticed in the actual share price. And that is kind of not uncommon with AMC. But whenever that tends to happen, good news only gets suppressed in AMC for so long. Eventually, the chickens come home to roost, and AMC stock does start to fully appreciate the good news that has been coming out. And I mean, some of the good news has been very good news. AMC in the month of May had the highest sales of, food and drinks per person in any month in their history. That is most certainly a big positive that literally did not get appreciated at all with AMC. So the whole time AMC stock has actually been falling, fundamentals have been improving. And why is this? Well, look at GME. GME does not have a court case on its back. GME has had improving fundamentals, just like AMC. Kind of the same story. They both seen their fundamentals go down the toilets in 2020. Their businesses basically shut down and was not doing well. Well, you've seen GME kind of recover, and the share price has been reflective of that. Whereas you've seen AMC recover as well, but the share price has not been reflective of that. So I think ultimately that does come to an end. Once the court case is over with, you're going to be able to move a lot more with AMC. There's a lot of people that are, again, suppressing AMC using these options, as well as having these massive short positions on the name that really just keep it in a chokehold. Like, no matter what good fundamental news you get, it's not able to move the stock. So I think after the court case, doesn't matter which way it goes. If AMC raises capital, historically AMC has rallied. If the court case gets denied and there's no settlement and it's stalled up in court, well, that's going to be a positive thing as well. Ultimately, if this does not go through, you're going to squeeze shorts out of short position. So either way I look at it, looks pretty good to me. Now, if we take a look at the overview of the short interest on AMC, short score of 92, $519.92 million worth of short positions. On AMC, 21.75% short interest of free float. Free float out on loan at about 36%. Days to cover at 7.71 and cost to borrow at 60.44. You're also seeing 100% share utilization. So days to cover increasing is very bullish. Every time you've seen days to cover increase like this in the past, which has not been that often, you have seen a rally in AMC. And I think this time is going to be no different, okay? So that's kind of what I have for you guys on AMC. Now, GME seeing a little bit better of a day. Let's go ahead and pull up GME. GME is up 1.77%. Really in this formation that looks very bullish heading into earnings and could be very bullish. I've talked about it before. 15 to 50% rally is certainly possible with GME, and that would lead to a rally probably 50% of the size in AMC as well. The big question is profits or not. Do you think GME will report profits and the stock will go higher? Let me know what you guys think about that down below in the comment section. I would love to hear it. But, I mean, AMC and GME have been performing completely different. And unfortunately, that has to do with the court case. So, there you have that. Let's go ahead and talk about the broad markets here briefly for us. Now, we know that The recession odds went down today according to Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs says now there's a 25% chance of seeing a recession over the next 12 months. And this is not necessarily a great thing for stocks, because that means the Fed's probably going to have to keep interest rates higher for longer. But it does, mean the economy should stay well for longer, right? So that's a big piece of what's happening today, as well as, like I mentioned in the last video, is warning that a sell-off in tech might be coming around the corner, and that would also be bullish for AMC. Put pressure on the shorts, make shorts put more collateral in their AMC short positions, and really help squeeze them out of those said short positions. In terms of everything else going on here in the markets, well, not too much. You actually don't have a lot of economic data this week. You don't have Fed speakers because you're in a blackout period. You don't really have any other earnings besides obviously GME earnings coming out tomorrow, and we'll talk about that in the next video. You really don't have much happening. Like, one of the main headlines on CNBC is the dam that was blown up in Ukraine. When's the last time you heard about a Ukraine headline that has been on the front page of CNBC? It's been a very long time. PGA Tour agrees to merge with Saudi-backed rival LIV Golf. There's nothing. It's such a dry day. It's crazy. Really just a dry week. So, I think with AMC, it's a really good time to position bullishly in AMC, because, if GME flops on earnings, how low is AMC really going to go? Like, you're already low. You've already sold off over the past couple of weeks. I think there's the real possibility that AMC rallies from here or stays flat either way, that you've exhausted the downside at this point, especially as we previously mentioned, the RSI being at that 30 range, that is technically oversold. Complete opposite from where something like the NASDAQ is right now, which is overbought for weeks now on the RSI, guys. So long story short, pretty slow week. GME earnings going to be important. And AMC stock looks like an attractive opportunity over the next couple of weeks here, playing an upside move. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comments section. If you guys want to come trade with me live in real time, link down below in the description of this video as well. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.